Hey guys, Ted Gravlin with the tedcast for today and the last video in the series of the checklist for the summer. And again, I'm wearing the flight suit because I'm doing checklists and it's a kind of a pilot thing. So I decided that my previous life as a search and rescue pilot, it was a job I had back in the 90s. So I thought I would, put on the old flight suit, still fits pretty good actually, and run through checklists with you guys. So the last one is going to be training, very big deal training, and you need to make sure you have this in place before summer. Do some training now and continue to have a training plan even when you're busy. It's no time to be saying, hey, you know what, we're busy, we're going to give up on training now. Ask any elite organization who's really good at what they do. Training is the last thing they stop doing. Okay, when the military deploys to a combat zone, they're still training when they're there most of the time. I mean, unless they're right in the middle of a shootout at that moment, they still have items on their checklist to keep people up on their stuff. An NFL football team that's getting ready for the Super Bowl doesn't say, well, we already won the division, we don't need to train anymore, we're awesome. No. Training consistent. So the first thing is consistent. It's got to be consistent. You got to do it every single day. And it doesn't mean it takes 2 hours a day. That's ridiculous. But you can do 15 minutes every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Okay? Those little 15-minute things will make a huge difference in a month. Doing a 2-hour training one time and then not doing it again doesn't make nearly the same impact. Or, hey, I paid for my guys. They went to this training course. It was all day long and they had free sandwiches and all this stuff. And no, none of that's nice that you did that. But when they come back from that, you got to keep reinforcing those basics over and over and over again. And it's really super funny. It's like, just make it simple. It doesn't need to be that you have to train people to do complex stuff. They need to be trained to do the basics so damn well that they can't screw it up. And you don't practice till you get it right. You practice until you can't get it wrong. Okay? Again, look at elite organizations like a great winning NFL football team. Sorry if you're a fan of the Lions or the Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry. Those aren't the teams we're talking about. We're talking about the ones who win consistently. You know why? Because everybody on the team does the simple stuff all the time. The freaking third string kicker knows how to tackle a guy. It seems like pretty basic, but they don't mess that up, right? And who does it? Everybody participates in the training. There's no such thing as, we're doing training, so the receptionist is going to sit over there right now and she doesn't have to be part of this. No, everybody participates in the training. Why? Because we want to know what's going on for everybody's job. Again, like that third string kicker. He's not going, well, everybody else watched the game films and I'm just going to go home now because, it's not for me. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. In an elite organization that's doing well, everybody participates in consistent training of simple stuff over and over and over again and reinforce it. And it can be things like, how do we close out our calls? How do we fill out our paperwork? Where do we park the truck in front of houses so that customers are not blocked in their driveway? And it's like, well, yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous for someone who's been doing this a while, but you got a new guy, or there's a helper who drove the truck over today, and he didn't know not to block a driveway or not to park in the street or whatever your thing is, whatever you're doing with that. Simple stuff, How do we present our price books? What is our sales process? How does that work? How do we answer our phones? What are we doing for our follow-up? All the stuff is going to be training, and you got to have an item all the time. So your job as an owner is to come up with a training plan. Okay, so here's my advice right now. Go grab a calendar. Okay, if you don't have a calendar, get a big-ass whiteboard like this one and start writing out. May, June, July, August. What are we going to do for training? All right, week 1, we're going to do this, this, this. Week 2, we're going to do this, 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 this. Week 3, we're going to do this. And then just do it, okay? Not that hard to figure this out. So just write down. I used to keep these, kind of calendar things that you could dry erase on, and they were thumbtacked all over my office, and we just go through and start writing stuff down, and then we could erase them and write new stuff in for next month. And we would just go through and say, we're going to do this training this day, this training that day, and it helps a lot. So get the training plan in place and commit to it. Just commit to it now and just start doing it. Just start doing it tomorrow. If you're a one-man company, start training yourself, okay? Have the little internal meeting that says, how do I get better at this thing? What can I do to get a customer that is reluctant to buy the thing I know that they need to buy? How do I get them to say yes? Well, train yourself. What does it need to do? Watch videos like this, learn something, reinforce it, then watch the dang thing again and watch it 25 more times till you're good at it, and practice it yourself, and that kind of thing. So enough of that. Anyway, enough. Training, and it's the most important thing for a successful company. There's really a couple things. It's number one, having the right processes, and number two, implementing those processes. Number three, training people so that they actually do the dang thing. All right, so it's not that hard. So anyway, there's the tip of the day. If you want to watch the whole video series, they came out one day a week, all week, or one a day for the week, or you can go to YouTube and find my YouTube channel and watch them all at one time. If you want to have more in-depth conversation about any of these items, you can go ahead and set up a call with me, tedgravelin.com/booking, and you can pick a time and we'll talk on the phone and stuff like that. So that takes you right automatically to my calendar. If you got what you needed, I hope you like it. If you didn't, well, then send me a message. I'd like to know what I can do better. So again, we're back to my follow-up, right? So that's the tip for the day, and we'll talk soon.